Everybody, I'm Trevor Bales with Bales Hay Farm and Ranch. This is a desert farm in Arizona. I am the 6th generation on this farm. We do a little bit of everything: grow alfalfa, cotton, crops for dairies, and deal with cows. Today, we deal with cows. Manuel and I already walked through the pins and counted how many pieces of pipe we're gonna need. The pipe that's in the ground right now is 2.5 inches thick from inside to inside. So that's not thick, that's whatever that is. You know what that is. We need 16 pieces. What we're gonna do is these pipes have rotted off at the bottom. We're gonna put in a new pipe in the hole that's already in the ground, the old pipe, and then we're gonna take the old pipe and put it right over the top. We call that re-sleeving it. By doing that, that'll cut down our weld time and having to transfer over the metal pieces that hold the cable on the pipe, and there's a piece that goes up and down the pipe that raises and lowers the bottom cable. By re-sleeving it, we just put all of that existing metal on the new pipe, and that cuts down our time a lot more. We're cutting all this pipe into 6-foot pieces. That's what we want. We're gonna get about 1.5 feet in the ground, we hope. The rest will stick up, and we will weld it to, the new pipe will be welded to the old pipe. We're also going to be putting new cable. I bought this nice soft stainless steel cable from a doomsday prepper. They were going to make a zip line where they would go from their house out into the desert when the zombies came or whoever came to attack them. Well, the guy ended up passing away, and his wife was like, I'm not a doomsday prepper, so I bought this stuff from her. The problem with the doomsday prepper cable is it's very finely woven, and it's very soft. Within 2 years, the cattle have worn through it. By when they stick their head in, the cable rubs on the metal and it's frayed. We're going to replace that cable with this cable. It's not fine, it's not finely woven, it's got thicker pieces. I'm not a cable professional. I don't know how to describe what the difference is other than that this stuff is thicker and it won't wear out like the fine stuff has. I did have a little extra pipe. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go buy some more. The good thing is my neighbor has a lot of pipe. I can buy some pipe from him. I'll even just go load it up and tell him how many I took. So it's a good relationship. Another reason sleeving's nice, I don't have to pour cement or dig any holes. I just use the existing hole, press the new pipe into it, put the old pipe over it, weld it together. No digging a hole, no augers, no cement, and very minimal welding. Earlier, we got all the cows out of the pins we'll be working on. They're transferred over because we're gonna have to pull all the cable out of this fence line, and it's about 600 foot worth of cable times 4. So if we hadn't pulled the cows out and we pulled all the cable out, they'd be running amok all over the place. So they're already moved over. We're pretty much free to cut all the old cable off. I'm gonna do a lot of cutting instead of pulling the cable through the welds or the cable holders. We're gonna cut it up. That makes it easier. Here's our pipe presser. Well, we'll use the front end loader to press the pipe into the existing holes. We have done this in the past. Last year we re-sleeved some new fence feed line, so I know it works. It doesn't always work like we hope. We hope to get 1 foot or more into the ground of the old existing hole. Sometimes you just get 6 inches, but that's better than nothing. At the same time, Chava's working on this old tractor. Seat was worn out, full of cat pee. The dash didn't work, and the oil hadn't been changed in who knows how long. Instead of buying a new dash, Chava found out that the new one cost $700. So he's been cleaning the pins on the back side of it. He thinks it's still good to go. So hopefully it works. Most of the problem is in the fuses. The dash isn't necessarily messed up. It's all this stuff. Oh, that's nice. A broken fuse. So anyways, lots of stuff going on. Cade just drove by in the squeeze. He's got trucks to load. He'll give us a hand whenever he can. All right, Cade and I are gonna go over to his dad's place and steal some pipe. It's not stealing if it's your own dad, right?
I hope not.
All right, let's go find us some pipe. Just got back from Cade's dad. He has plenty of 2 1/4 inch pipe. He's just not there, and we're not gonna take anything without his permission. So we'll wait for a phone call back, and until then, we're gonna start taking the old cable out of the existing feed line. So first things first, well, we've already done first things, but now we're gonna take these cables off and pull them all the way through That's 600 foot of line. These are the bad soft ones. We might just cut them halfway just because I don't feel like messing with them. Awesome, good news. We got all the cable out. I went through with my grinder, cut them in half. We pulled half that way and the other half this way. Cables are out. Now, Brian's checking on me because I tend to mess up a lot. So Brian checks on me. He's checking on me. He said we're doing okay, right? Right. Some of these pipes are welded at the bottom because when they broke the first time, we went with a quick fix and welded them. So we're gonna cut those off and then find the old hole. So here's cement. There's an old hole in there. We're gonna sleeve the new pipe down in it. I was talking earlier about the loops that held the cable and what saves us a lot of time. So here's what they are. These are welded on here. The cable runs through them. This big one as well, and the cement. By sleeving new pipe through the old pipe, we don't have to weld these all back on or pour any cement or dig a new hole. So it saves a lot of time. Okay, we got to do a little cutting on some stuff with the old Sawzall, but first, burrito break. Paulino's wife makes some awesome burritos. This one might be pork, lamb, or chicken. I know we got a new rooster the other day. It could be rooster, we'll find out. Burrito time. These oh, it's not from your house?
No, the house.
Oh, I thought they were gonna be sheep or chivo or...
No, today is for
gallina, no gallina?
No, today no chicken. The beans.
Oh, that's the homemade.
Yeah.
Bean, frios, todo.
No, hot.
No, frio, oh, I mean, what are beans?
No, caliente.
Frijoles solo, no otra. This guy is always in a forklift. Look at him looking like he's working hard. Is this all you do? Oh, we only ever see you in a forklift. It's all this guy does. Hey, do you take it home? Do you take this home? He drives his forklift home. What a crazy guy. Check out that new fan working hard. Heck yeah, that's an old one. So the fence line got halted for myself anyways because we had a truck coming the way and the scale, no, the printer on the scale wasn't working. I accidentally broke the door pulling it off. It won't print, so now I'm gonna swap this out. We have one in the office. I'm gonna swap the one out in the office with this one out here and hopefully it works. So, all right, I'm gonna tell this truck to pull back on. It's always something. This system is old. This scale is super old. It's frustrating. I broke this. That can't be good. Whatever. Got a new printer. Well, it's not new. It's the one from in the office. Old printer swapped out with new printer. I'm pretty much a hero of the office today. I might as well go home. Unfortunately, I can't. Back to the corrals. Hey, Lisa, remember that one time you said I couldn't do anything? I changed out the printer, so.
So now when I need to go print, I won't print?
I did. Well, you can walk out there just like the rest of us. She just told me to shut up.
Gosh.
You're lucky. She's lucky. Jerry just said to shut up too. That old redheaded. Oh my gosh. All right, we now have a problem. The pipes aren't gonna sleeve like we want them to. They're too rusted down in the hole. The pipe's not gonna go in the ground. That means more work. Now I'm running a skid steer with a jackhammer and a post hole digger. We're gonna knock the cement out and dig a post hole. They have a 9-inch in stock, so it'll be a 9-inch post hole. Then we'll set the post in the ground and get some cement, concrete, whatever you call it, and dump her in there. But in the meantime, because we're gonna have this thing rented, we're walking through and looking at all the other places that need a new post or the bottom's rotted out where we need to set a new pipe in the ground. We just moved these cows in this pen, but this pen also needs to be pretty much one whole fence line replaced. These cows don't like being pushed, so we're just opening gates up, letting them walk out on their own. Then Manuel and I will come through, rip this fence line out. All right, Bingham Equipment called back. They've got a skid steer for us. So we're gonna get a skid steer with the bucket, just, you always gotta move dirt, with the jackhammer to bust out cement, and the post hole digger. This way will last longer than the way we were gonna do it. This way is just a lot more expensive, but whatever. This Feedlot's not going anywhere anytime soon. So, you ready?
Ready.
He'll be the driver. I'll stand there and point. I'm really good at pointing. He's really good at driving. He's really good at driving. All right, if we can't tear something up with this, I don't know what, but we should be able to get the job done. Thanks, guys. Manuel and I were just talking about one of the water troughs is cracked and broke. I was gonna go buy a new one, then I was thinking about the big tire troughs guys make. He reminded me, we just replaced one big tire off our articulating tractor because one of the sides was cracked, not the tread. If we just cut the side off that had the crack in it, then lay it on its side, put cement in the middle with the pipe sticking right up the middle, boom, we got a big rubber water trough that doesn't break. It's just a thought. I think my Sawzall can cut through it. Well, got Manuel set up, then the office called and they yelled at me. I was supposed to do inventory 5 days ago. What is today? 6 days ago? We tried to do it at the beginning of every month. Well, I forgot, so they called. My dad actually called, yelled at me. Now I'm taking inventory. And it's kind of tricky. Every barn isn't filled up the same. Sometimes half of it's one thing and a quarter of it, is the other. So I've got to physically climb out and count how many rows this deep, how many rows that deep, multiply it by 64. I don't know. It's not always easy and it's kind of a pain. And the barns change every month. I try to leave certain barns. Once it's full, I leave it full until another barn is empty. Then I go over to it. So I'm not counting so much, but because every barn is a different product, customers want different things. So they're always being taken from. So Manuel's having fun messing with the feedlot pins, which I would honestly rather be doing than taking inventory. All right, inventory's done. Time to go in the office and reconcile with Lisa. Well, while those guys were digging holes for new pipes, they hit a water line. I turned the water off, now I'm headed back to turn it on. This is another project I want to do one day. Dig up this mess and just make it nice, block it, you know, but that's another day. So because we're going to be doing a lot of welding out here tomorrow and the next day, we have put a lot of water with our water truck right here because manure catches on fire and it smolders for days and days and spreads and spreads. So we've soaked this down pretty good. Safety first. I don't know if you guys knew this, but we have a lot of hay. Corner. Oh no, see these guys were digging a post hole and he hit it right at a corner. So luckily they've got it fixed. And on to the next one. Here's the old stuff. He's punched some holes in it. Here's a pipe that is broke out. There's a new hole. We'll put in new pipe here. We'll weld that one to it. No, what are we gonna do? I forgot what we're gonna do. Yeah, we're gonna weld that one to it. That's what it is. I already forgot what we're doing. It's a pretty good deal when your neighbor has pipe. Those are my barns, and we're here. It's awesome. Everybody, thanks for watching this episode. If you liked what you saw, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your family to subscribe. Thanks again.